the first time in a long time, it actually feels like people are genuinely excited about games again. Because after years of layoffs, cancellations, studio closures, live service failures, and constant doom posting about the future of the industry, Geoff Keighley showed up with Summer Game Fest and reminded everyone of one simple thing. There's so many damn good games coming out, dude. Summer Game Fest 2026 felt like Geoff Keighley took all the hate that he got from Highguard and put it into making probably the best show that he's ever put on. I mean, this thing was full of incredible game after incredible game. And yeah, we didn't get a lot of release dates, which honestly I don't really like. I think a lot of CG trailers kind of really do nothing. Yeah, sure, they're good at building up excitement and they're good at making you go like, wow, that looks really cool when I'll get to play it in 5 years. But I want to play it now. And I at least want to know when I can expect to play it. But besides all that, I was glued to the screen during this. There was so many games that I can't wait to play. And it's honestly a breath of fresh air because right now the industry is just filled with people spouting nonsense, saying every game is dead, saying everything is woke, saying everything is garbage. And it's about fucking time that those people shut the hell up and they actually sat down and saw a game that they liked and that they're willing to actually play. Let's all just chill and play some good games. So I'm gonna go through the games that stood out to me, the games that I'm excited about, and the games that I think you should be excited about too, because there's some damn good games coming, dude. Damn. So the show opened with Resident Evil Veronica, which is a Code Veronica remake. It launches early next year, and the trailer, while it didn't really give us a lot of insight into any sort of gameplay or anything like that, it basically just showed a few locations that we're gonna be, and it showed that we play as Claire. I think they're hinting that it's gonna be first person, but I also think it might just be a kind of goof to throw us off, unless they're going with first person perspective and a third person perspective. Very, very possible. But Capcom is on an unbelievable roll right now, and Resident Evil Veronica will surely be one of their best because, I mean, look at them. Everything they do is great. Everything they do. As long as you don't count Exoprimal. But I can't wait for this. Then we finally got our very first look at the next game from Studio MDHR, a new Cuphead game. This is not like the full sequel because the full sequel is just in development and we didn't even get a look at any of the art or anything, but we got a look at their next smaller game, Mighty Cuphead Adventure, which ditches the hand-drawn style art for something a lot more modern. I mean, not modern, but like, you know, a classic retro style game. And it looks really, really good. Unfortunately, no release date. Now this game, visually stunning, dude. And I can't wait to get my hands on it because as much as I'm scared of every horror game, I love horror games too. But let me say one thing, okay? Here's one of my gaming crimes. I have never beat Alien Isolation, never. I don't think I've got further than a couple hours in. I don't know why, I always drop the game. I've gone back to it several times and I always drop it. Maybe this is the sign for me to actually play through it before the sequel comes out, but again, no release date, so I guess I have time. Now this game, Gen Atlas, okay? Gen Atlas might be and has the potential to be an absolute masterpiece. Ueda has shown us time and time again that he is capable of creating some of the most absolutely gripping games that grip your freaking heart, tear at your heartstrings, and play with your emotions like a goddamn fiddle, dude. I love The Last Guardian. I thought it was a masterpiece. I love Shadow of the Colossus. I think Eco is pretty damn good. And I think this will be absolutely fantastic, but it's not coming out on Steam. It's only Epic Game Store and then consoles. Don't really like that, but whatever. If I have to buy it on Epic, I'll buy it on Epic, dude. I won't cry about it. Again, no release date. Now this Chinese game, dude, looks so goddamn good that it's breaking my brain, okay? It's called Blood Message. This looks like a game that, you know, when you see CG trailers and you're like, God, I wish the game could look that good in action, because when it, you know, it goes from the CG trailer that looks fantastic, and then when you get to the gameplay, it's like, oh, it's such a downgrade. This just looks like a CG trailer all the way through, and the gameplay looks fluid. It kind of looks like the Last of Us style gameplay, except with a Chinese aesthetic, with Chinese war and Chinese soldiers. Like, this looks so cool, dude. I cannot wait to get my hands on this game. This is probably one of my most anticipated games, just for the absolute style and just how good it looks so good, dude. But guess what? No release date, man. This was one of the more strange announcements, okay? Stranger Than Heaven, everybody knows it's coming out. It's coming out at the beginning of the year, January 15th. Snoop Dogg's in the game, which we already knew about, and this new trailer gave us our very first look at another character, Tupac. Yeah, not really sure about that. Not really sure what's going on here. Not really sure why he's in the game. I mean, I'll play it. I'm excited. It looks cool. The game looks cool, but I'm not entirely sure what's going on. but at least we have a release date, right? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin is an exciting announcement, but there's no release date, there's no gameplay shown, and we basically just know that it's in development. Cool, I'm excited, I'm looking forward to it, but gotta give me more than that, dude. Gotta give me more than that. And we finally got our first look at the debut of That's No Moon's first game, Crossfire. This is based on the Crossfire IP from Korea. It's like the most popular game ever with like 1 billion players playing across the world. And now they're making a story-based version, which was already attempted by Remedy, and it wasn't very good because apparently Smilegate can't help but just stick their fingers where they don't belong and mess with things to try and make it more appealing to a Korean or Asian audience, and they don't really know how to do that with story-wise. They apparently do that with gameplay because people love that game over there. But this is it taking to like a AAA kind of level. And you can just see the Naughty Dog roots in this game. And a lot of the developers from that soon are former Naughty Dog guys, and you can just feel it right to its freaking core, dude. This game visually looks stunning. The gameplay looks excellent, dude. It just bleeds Naughty Dog. The animations are so fluid. The world looks so well crafted. The lighting's fantastic. The character designs look so good. Like, this game has so much potential to be excellent, as long as Smilegate doesn't fuck it up. That's the one thing. And guess what? No release date. Now, Control Resonant, everybody's seen this game multiple times before, and it will probably be one of the best games of the year, and it will likely be one of my favorite games of the year, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it, which will be in September 24th, which is a jam-packed time for games. Within September to early October, there's like 78 games coming out, and it's impossible to keep up, and I'm practically gonna have to do 17 all-nighters to get through all of them. But I'll do it, dude, because I love games, and I can't wait to play them all. Guild Wars 3, another massive announcement. I am excited, but I don't know. This one is gonna have to do more to really draw me in. I'm excited to play it, but I don't know if I'll stick to it. I haven't always loved Guild Wars. I'm a World of Warcraft guy. I'm not entirely a Guild Wars guy, but I am excited for this. Fall 2027 is the beta, no date beyond that. Galactic Racer is one of the coolest games ever, okay? Let's be real. I love Burnout. This looks like Star Wars Burnout. And the fact that it has an actual campaign and that it's not just all based on online races and stuff, and that there actually has a story intertwined in all this, wowza, dude. I don't even like racing games, but this game has got its hooks in me, man, and I can't wait for this. Now, this is pod racing, right? Loser, whatever. 1666 Amsterdam. This is been in development for like 20 years, dude. This was basically gonna be Assassin's Creed 3, and now it just looks like Assassin's Creed Hex, which is not out yet. But there's a prologue available on Steam that you can play. It's apparently coming out later this year in early access. Not entirely sure about that. I'd rather they just release the full finished game. It does look cool. I'm gonna play the prologue right after this because I want to experience it. But from what I saw, I'm not like in love with it. The Blood of Dawnwalker is one of my most anticipated games. This is another September game, and it looks so good, dude. This looks like the sequel to The Witcher that we've been waiting for while we're waiting for The Witcher 4. Everything about this looks awesome. The character designs look awesome. The gameplay, the combat looks so good. It looks like The Witcher, just more modern. And I can't wait. I can't wait. Star Wars Zero Company is another game that is really catching my eye. Comes out towards the end of August. So again, end of August, you got this game, then you got Blood of Dawnwalker, then you got Control, Onimusha. It's too many games. There's too many games. But this looks so good. I'm a big XCOM guy, so this is speaking my language, dude. I can't wait for this. The Wolf Among Us 2, this was a kind of a surprise one because I know there's been a little bit of leaks and there's been some rumors coming around that the game is actually coming out, and now I guess it's true. It is actually coming out. We got a launch window and we're getting a remaster of the first game. So if you haven't played it, now is your time. The game's alive, dude. It's coming. Actually coming. Then we got our first look at the sequel to Stellar Blade called Stellar Blade Blood Rain, featuring a brand new protagonist, Evie, and the world has been lit on fire by this girl, dude. You got people saying that she looks 12 and that you can't have sex with her, and then you got people saying that no, she just looks like a regular Asian girl, so you can have sex with her. And I think, why don't we just stop talking about whether we can have sex with her or not, and why don't we just talk about that the game looks cool, the gameplay looks cool? Like, shut the fuck up, right? Let's just talk about the game. Cool character. Similar to Eve, Stellar Blade 2, this game is full of Gen AI, which is very acceptable in China and Korea, which is where it's developed in Korea. So they don't care about that. People like, people on this side of the world really care about that. And people really cared about it when there was like a poster in Expedition 33 that was Gen AI. And now this game and the main poster for this game is made with Gen AI. And I don't really see people complaining about it. So it's another one of those things where people just love to complain about shit for no fucking reason and they don't actually really care. The gameplay looks cool. The game looks really cool. No release date. Big surprise. And then last but not least, the end of the Final Fantasy VII Remake saga, Final Fantasy VII Revelation. Coming out spring 2027. Yes, it's coming that soon, dude. It shows us a brand new open world. It shows us our very first look at Vincent Valentine combat. It shows us Sid in action. It shows that you can change your armor and that you can change your complete playstyle based on what kind of outfit your character is wearing. It shows Cloud and Sephiroth. It shows Zack. It shows that this game is going to be really good. My one thing with the remake series is that I think the pacing of Remake and Rebirth is atrocious, dude. Atrocious. Those games have no business being that long, and there's no reason for them to be that long. And realistically, if they cut out a lot of the garbage and a lot of the stuff that slows down the pacing, it could have been one just giant game. Then it would have a reason to be that long. It could have been a 60-hour game, and now it's 3 50-hour games. It didn't need to be. That's my only thing. I just think there's a lot of stuff in those games that doesn't need to be there, and it really messes with the pacing. The combat's awesome. The gameplay's awesome. I love the story. I love Cloud. I love the characters. The music's fantastic. Everything about it's fantastic. But my God, dude, the pacing is bad. But I can't wait. I can't wait for this. And I think Geoff Keighley proved to us once again that there are so many good games, and that if you just open your eyes and look at the games, you'll see that there is a game for you. There's games out there for everybody. But instead of playing the games, people just want to talk about how much they want the game to die or how much the girl in the game is ugly to them. Shut the fuck up, play the game, enjoy the game. Geoff Keighley, you're a real one. You did a good job. And we can't wait for the Game Awards, dude. Keep up the good work, man.